Hey, what's up? I'm Kim Scogwell, and I've been thinking a lot about digital security lately, and it's pretty much Harvey's fault that I started to really think about it and what I would do and how I want to do it. No matter if it's just for your own personal files, like if you have a copy of your passport, your social security number, or whatever, your passwords, is like, what happens if someone breaks in, steal your computer, steal your hard drives, steal your flash drives, all that stuff. So Harvey made me think of is Katrina, which happened in New Orleans a few years back. I didn't personally get to experience it, and I'm really happy for that, but my wife has told me a lot about it and how it was during and a short while after, and there was a lot of robberies, a lot of losing stuff, and it's just terrible. I can't really imagine how it is or how it was, because I've never experienced anything that comes close to it, thank God. But anyway, even if it's just your personal stuff, like you have some sensitive information on your computer you want to keep personal and private to that only you can see it, like your copy of your social security number, you have a password account or a spreadsheet with all your passwords on, or a copy of your passports, that sort of stuff. Or if you're having a memory stick you use, a flash drive, or if you're gonna go and meet a high priority, high paying client and you don't need to bring your laptop, but you want to bring a flash drive. What happens if you get robbed and they steal your flash drive? Then they could have it, you could lose the job, and potentially that client could sue you, and that would not be very fun, because you did not deliver a product to them, and the product can end up in the wrong hands and be posted on social media and stuff like that without their approval. So I started looking into encryption software and encryption flash drives, encryption this, encryption that, and I don't really want to fork out $350–400 for a flash drive that the entire flash drive is encrypted. So I figured I'll do it myself, and I found two programs which I think is really good. They're free and they could be a little bit easier to use, user-friendly. They keep your stuff, whatever you want in them. It keeps them really secure with AES 256-bit encryption, which is basically the same as what Pentagon uses for their top secret classifications. Or it is the same because it was made for the Pentagon for top secret documents. So the one we're going to take a look at today, this is going to be a two-part vlog. I'm going to put the other one out in a couple of days. So the one we're looking at today is from LaCie, the French external hard drive manufacturer, and they have an app that you can download both for Windows and Apple, and when you install it on your flash drive, you create an encrypted container, which basically would say it's one file. So that's gonna show up, that is however big you made it, a gigabyte, 2 gigabyte, 10, 15, 30. It's all up to you. But to get into this container where all your important files are, you have to type in a password, and the password is encrypted with AES 256-bit encryption. It works super well. I tried it between my Apple computers, my Windows computers, and it just works top-notch. The only main difference between this and, for example, the Kingston Data Traveler or Iron Keys is that they will nuke your device, your flash drive, if you have 5 failed login attempts. You write your password in 5 times, they will nuke it. Everything is lost. That will not happen with this LaCie private-public program. But the encryption is the same, and you can change your passwords, and so it's really good, efficient program. I like it a lot. I hope you do too. Here it is. So the first thing you want to do after you mount your USB stick is make sure you have taken care of everything that's on it. You saved it if it's important. If not, it don't really matter. You go to Disk, Utility, click on it, you go to Erase, you go here to exFAT on Format without naming it now. That works. And then we can just go down here, name it in 4GB key, hit enter. Now you see it's called 4 gigabytes key down there. What you now want to do, just open your Finder, and then you want to go navigate to where you downloaded your LaC, or however you pronounce it. I call it LaC. And this is to open it on Windows. This is to open it on Mac. So I just copy those two, and I want to paste them into that memory stick. And since we pasted it now, we have nothing else on it. We double click it, and it should open up here this dialog box, and you suddenly got a new folder. This is where your container is gonna live, but you can't open it without using a password. Since I have a 4 gigabyte memory stick, I'm gonna do about half, so I'm gonna just go here, put 2 gigabytes. That's what I want. That way I have about 1.7 gigabytes to use without the encryption. So you just hit next. Here you wanna make a password that's reliably and strong. And now you want to just move around your mouse, because this is based on TrueCrypt. Now you just give it a random, a little bit help on the randomness on the algorithm. You just hit format. And since this again is only a USB 2 stick, it's gonna take a little bit to format it and encrypt. There we are, it's just finishing up the formattation, or the formatting of the memory stick and the encryption. So now it's gonna come up with it's being done. Once it's done, there we go. So you just hit OK, and then you hit cancel down here because you don't want to do it again. And you can see it's opened up another, like a virtual disk. It's called an encrypted container. So what I want to do now, I want to rename that container really quickly. So I just go highlight it, right click, and then rename. And I'm gonna call it Kim Private. You can see it changed names there. And now we can dismount it. And I'm gonna dismount this one too, eject it. So now I'm putting it back in my computer. It's gonna show up here. There we go. Now you can click on it, and you wanna get that other volume I call Kim Private. You just double click there. It's gonna come up and ask you for your password. And you enter it, hit enter, and it takes a little bit because of the encryption and everything. So there it showed up. Now I can put something in there just so you can see that it works. So let's put something random in. I'll put my fuse. I'll copy the fuse app here. Takes just a little bit. So you can use it just as a regular disk. And now we want to dismount. And see, if I wanted to go back in there and do changes on that folder I just made, you have to click on here, go here. I'm gonna type in the wrong password. Just shows up incorrect password. Now I'm gonna type in the right one. And we should get that Kim Private down here once it gets to thinking. There we go. And now I have that folder here. The only thing that you would benefit from buying one of those memory stick, for example Kingston, the Data Traveler, or the Iron Keys, is that after 5 unsuccessful login attempts, they completely nuke the drive, so everything you had on it will be lost, which is a super safety thing. That won't happen with this app or program, but still you have to give someone your password for them to get in, so it's pretty safe. I'm gonna delete this app here. I don't need it on there, and I'm gonna keep it on La Private branch, and then just dismount. There it looks like everything is running back at normal speed.